Are we doing 5?
Let's do number 3 and number 5. These are a couple different properties I wanted to show you when you're trying to solve for angles and triangles. So first of all, you'll notice for number 3, these two angles plus this angle right here, the question mark angle, they all have to add up to what?
180.
And that's right. And what do you know about this angle plus the question mark angle?
They equal
180.
They also have to add up to 180. So that means that these two angles are equal to this one angle.
Yeah.
That's a property that you should know. It's kind of a shortcut property to doing some of these problems. So I'm going to write it as 19x plus 3 equals 11x minus 2, I'll use parentheses around that, plus 9x plus 1. Got it?
Yeah.
And now I can just solve that equation. So add those together, subtract it from here. So that's 20, actually, no. This is 20x minus 1 equals 19x plus 3. Move this over to the other side so the x's stay positive. It just makes it easier. So I'm subtracting 19x from both sides, and then I'm adding 1 to both sides. So x equals 4. All right, let's do this bottom one. Find the values of x and y in the diagram below. So first of all, we might have to set up possibly an equation. We know that this, no, we won't need to set up an equation.
Well,
We won't have to set up a system. I'm sorry. I meant to say we don't have to set up a system of equations. Sometimes you would, but in this case we don't. Because I know that this is a vertical angle with this one right here. So all three of these add up to what?
180.
180. So 6x minus 2 plus 11x minus 9 plus 72 equals 180. So this is minus 11, so this is plus 61, and 6x plus 11x is 17x equals 180. Check my math here, make sure I'm not making a mistake. So 17x equals 119, and I hope that's divisible by 17. What's 119 divided by 17?
7.
Perfect.
Wait,
So there's x. Now plug that into here.
And then you get
That's
the answer,
68.
which is 68. So then you
So
do
that's
68
68,
plus 30 plus
and these
5y
three
minus
add up
9
to 180.
180. Okay,
Good.
I get it.
30 plus 68 plus 5y minus 8 equals 180. And then just do the math there for this. So that's 60. So that's 90. So 5y equals 90. So y equals 18.
That was easy.
And there are your two answers. Let's do
Should we
another
do
one.
this one?
Let's do this one right here.
7.
Let me just show you this real quick because
Wait, no, that one's
this
confusing.
stumps some people. This stumps some people
We
sometimes.
already did this.
Measure of angle 1. Notice that these two have to add to 90 because of that. Because that's 90 and this is a straight line. So this is a straight line. You remember how you have linear pairs sometimes? Well, this in this case, it's not a linear pair, it's a linear triple. All three of those angles have to add to 180. So you can assume straight lines in pictures like this. You can assume that that's a straight line right there at the base, which means all three of those add to 180, which means these two have to add to 90.
Because the other side's already 90.
Yeah, because the other side's already 90, exactly. Now if this is 90, these two, you know that those two are complementary. They have to add to, because all three of them have to add to 180, right?
Yeah.
So that one would be 36.
Yeah.
So
And then one
36
would
degrees is there. And then the same thing here, those three, 1 and 41 and 75 can add to 180. So you set up 180 equals 75 plus 41 plus x, if we call it 1x. Then you solve for x, and then 2 is just 90 minus x is going to give you angle 2. And that's all you have to do, and I'll leave the work to you for that one. Let's look at this one real quick. There's another problem you see sometimes with parallel lines. Start with what you know and work your way around it. You know 2 is a vertical angle, so that's 71 degrees. you know 5 is a linear pair, so that's 108, right? 5 is 108, and 3 is
109.
vertical.
109.
Sorry, not 108. Good. 109.
Wait, maybe I'm wrong.
No, it's 108.
No, you were right. 71.
I got 108.
180 minus 71.
No, it should be 109.
109.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
180
Number
minus
3
71.
is a vertical with 5, so it also is 109. Now I can, if I know this is 109
That means
and that's
30.
76, then this has to be 4 has to be 180 minus 109 minus 36. You follow? And you go through that same way. Now here's the tricky
All
part.
yours are wrong because you got 109 now.
Right here,
There's off by one.
you see that's a transversal because these two lines up here are parallel. See how you got that little parallel? Whoops. See how you got that little parallel thing right there?
Yeah.
So since those are parallel, kind of isolate these. This goes back to your parallel line stuff. Isolate those angles and you can see that 1 has to be equal to 8. So 1 is equal to angle 8. And you can also do the same thing with a different transversal if you draw it this way.
Oh yeah, I can
So you can see now that 4, you see how, 47 has to be equal to 7. So 7 is 47. And by that method, you can go around and find all the different angles.
Yeah, can we do this?